Nobody would have thought that I would be the one. Rhyner, sports talk.
Baseball, 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 baseball.
Oh, with the big mic. Oh, okay. All right, yeah. Okay, now I get it.
We got a lightning strike, boys. What happened over there, Grego? We had a little lightning strike right outside the window.
The Texas Rangers win the World Series.
All right. Here's a tip for all these Americano League teams.
Wait, you said tip?
Yeah, tip.
Okay.
With a P.
Keep jamming.
The ticket, colon, nothing but a big Gen X jerk-off sake.
This is a cool night or what?
Although somebody would hear that and go, bullshit.
I'm back, bitches.
Well, hello again, everybody. Hello, one and all. Is it you I used to know? It is time for another episode of Your Dark Companion today. And it is a wonderful, wonderful, lovely day here at the D. And today, we're going to talk a little Ranger baseball from a bygone era. And in here with us today to help us with that is the former Ranger great, the right-handed pitcher who was a real staple of Ranger rotations back then in the late 80s and early 90s. And now you hear him doing Ranger baseball on Spanish radio, the great José Guzmán.
Thank you.
How are you?
Thank you for having me. I'm doing great. I'm doing even better now.
You're looking great, man.
Thank you. I try to, like a Ferrari, but with Volkswagen motor.
So how many years in the booth is this for you on Rangers radio?
What? This is my number 24. Believe it or not, yeah. 24 years.
Don't tell me that. It can't have been 24 years that you've been out of the game.
I retired in 98.
Oh, my gosh. What's the matter with me? You like it?
I love it, yeah. It's good, especially just doing from home where I don't have to travel anymore. So, and it keeps me in baseball, something that I love.
Clearly, you've taken to it to do it that long, but what was the transition like? Going from playing into that? Was there a pretty big learning curve for you?
Very. I mean, it's a lot different than when people expecting because you play the game, you can jump on it and be great, and it's not that way. Especially on the radio. I came in because then it was a gentleman named Lopez, and he was working for the Mavericks too, and they went to the playoff, and they needed somebody to fill his spot.
Yeah.
And John Blake said, "Hey, can you come on and just sit down there and talk some baseball?" I go, "Sure." So when I went there, and was my best chance to say something, the play-by-play guy said, "What do you think about it, Jose?" I just can't say anything. I was looking, I go like, what am I going to do here? That's why it's different. But, it was just like when I pitched too. I want to do that, so I want to get better. So what I used to do, I just watch the game on TV, and I just trying to do my own thing. And then from now on, I was getting better, and I wasn't afraid to ask. And then you have to think, how can I send a message to the radio audience, but in a way that they understand the game, not the player's language. This is very different, and that's the difference between the radio talking about baseball when you talk with your teammates and send the message to the radio guys.
I guess there's kind of a learning curve in there where you first time you try to embrace that concept and do it in that way, you kind of maybe not may get close, but not really grab it at first. And then, like anything else, the more you do it, the more you find your way.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, it'd be like me saying a backdoor curve, and a lot of the people are going to go, backdoor curve, what's that? Instead of go outside curve. And then that's the different things about when you talk to the guys. I go, well, he got a pretty good, 12-6 curve, and people go 12-6. So I got to go, and because when I was growing up, I used to listen to the Winter Ball games on the radio with my dad. Mm-hmm. So I was trying to go back to then and go, let me listen to that guy when I used to be in Puerto Rico, and that really helped me a lot.
Yeah.
I even listened like a guy like Tom Griff. and the story and what he was saying and the way he was talking. So, like I said earlier, I used to watch the TV and act like I was doing the radio.
That's a good way to approach it, I'll bet.
Yes, it was, and it just and I still like to not stay there. I like to get better and better and better.
Now, I want to get back to Ranger baseball in your era when you were there, because you played at a not entirely successful but very interesting nonetheless time. But before we go there, what do you think about this team this year?
Well, the team this year, something I like is the pitching, and like we always say, pitching is going to win games. And we saw it in the series when they played the Dodgers. Those 3 games, they had the best 3. We had the best 3, and I think we have a pretty good rotation. We got young guys that they're going to learn from the veterans guy that we have, and that's going to be the key for the team. The pitching and the bullpen is, we clean up pretty much the bullpen. We got a lot of new arms, and we just need to get the hitters be more consistent with men in base. I think that's going to be the key for the team. If we can score some runs, we're going to be okay.
All right, now you tell me if I'm wrong here, but I'm thinking that we're starting to see some of the hitters find it a little bit. I think there are a few guys in the lineup that didn't get off to very good starts. Now there are some others who didn't get off to very good starts and still have not found it, but there are some who are starting to come together for them a little bit. Is that the way it seems to you?
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's a guy like Seager. No matter how that guy starts, he's going to hit.
Yeah.
Now you get a guy like Samian. He had a rough year last year. And then this year, when you see the guy that's struggling again, you go like, what happened? It can be, this is a guy that played almost every game every year. And they don't get younger. They get a little older, and sometimes you need a break. And when you see that, then you go, is he the guy or he's the coach? Because nowadays you have 2 or 3 guys there helping you. So, it's going to be something where if they keep struggling, who they're going to point the fingers to.
Yeah. Do you think Marcus will play that much this year? Because, like you mentioned, he's a guy who likes to be out there every day. Yeah. He wants. He's not terribly interested in days off.
Mm-hmm. Well, he like I say, he's getting older, and now if you start seeing his number start decline, and sometimes you have to put the pride on the side, and you play for the team. You're not playing for yourself, and if you try to play it every day and you don't put the numbers and you don't look good there, now the team's not going to look good. So you have to be a team player and go like, you know what? I think I need some time off where I can come back stronger, especially when you have a day off and you can take that day off before.
Yeah.
Now you have 2 days off, and it might help you bad, especially when, after those. We play so many games. And like I said earlier, he's getting a little older, so I think he needs to understand that.
What do you think's going on with Jock Peterson?
If I'm not going to be very, very rich. Sometimes you get guys in a new team and they start struggling a little bit because they're in a new team, and especially you got a guy that like to talk and throw things out there, like he said with the Houston, now we're going to be in the first place, and then they start getting pressure, and then they get too aggressive and they put pressure on themselves, and I think that's what happened with him. You're trying to do too much. Mm-hmm. Instead, you just go there and swing your bat, and you go out and you strike out, or you are now the first time at bat, and then you start thinking, well, what's going to happen next?
He's another guy who's coming from the National League to the American League, and you had experience playing in both leagues. Now, I'm thinking that for you, it was different back then because, I can't even remember if there was interleague play, but if there was, it wasn't very much. And now it's just like it's an all skate for everybody. And it's like they're trying to diminish the difference in leagues. How much of that coming to the new league do you think is affected?
Yeah, it's different. And I was a pitcher and I got to hit. So, it was... And a lot of time, that's not mean it's 100% you're going to get the pitcher out, but now the 8th hitter was the 9th hitter.
Yeah.
And that's sometimes you pitch around that guy just to go pitch to the pitcher, and you have a pretty good chance that you were going to get out of the inning. Now, by having a DH, it's a little tougher. But I always say the American League, and I play both leagues, we had the best pitching in the American League always, because we had to throw to that DH.
Yeah. Now, while we're on the subject of pitching, you alluded to this just a second ago, but man, I don't know if I've ever seen Rangers pitching like this. I mean, this is, and I know it's very early in the season, and there's a long, long way to go, but so far, it's just like every night they get a start that, at the very least, keeps them in the game.
Yeah.
And you got guys like Tyler Mahle coming through the way he is. I mean, that guy's looking like one of the best pitchers in the league right now.
Yeah, and it's contagious, you know. And what happened is they, if you see the stats from the pitchers, we number one in less walks, and that's what happened. You like Mel, you were talking right now. If you see his very first game where he walked so many guys, and everybody was going like, "What's wrong?" And I go, "It's the first game, and now he's throwing strikes, and that's the difference. The key is to pitch ahead." Yeah. And that's what everybody's been doing. Less walk, better chance for the pitcher. So I think that's been the big key for the team. And something that I see also that we didn't do last year a lot is was a lot of guys that we have 0-2 to strike on balls, and we were letting too many pitches in the middle. Mm-hmm. And this year it's been different. So I think it's a little bit of the veteran guys, young guys learning that too, and really watching the pitchers, how they do their game. And like I say, it's contagious. And the guy before me threw a great game. I want to do the same thing.
Is that something where, you know, guys get ahead 0-2 and they lose focus and then lose the batter altogether, walk him, or he gets a hit off of him? Is that a mental thing?
It is, and what it is they're trying to be too fine, too perfect.
Yeah.
You know, I have this kind 2-strike, no balls. I want to throw this slider or curve down the corner outside, and they try to be too perfect. And what happened is the next thing you know, they leave it on the middle because they really want to be perfect instead of just throw the ball. And that's one thing that I learned early in my career, and believe it or not, by Charlie Huff. There was a knuckleballer, and I used to talk to Charlie a lot, and he would say, when you got guys in that situation, just don't think about it. Just throw the ball. Just throw it. He says it's better for you to throw the ball and make the mistake instead of be perfect and make the mistake.
Now, it's easy for a knuckleballer to say that, though, because the way I understand it, all knuckleballers do is just throw the ball up there and then it goes where it goes. And if it's a good pitch, that's great. And if it gets hit, well, that's the knuckleball.
Yeah, and it's amazing because the hitters know what's coming.
Yeah, they all, especially with him, you knew what you were going to get.
Exactly. Yeah, but when you get guys like that, but they're watching a lot, and veteran guys, they not only. They don't depend, well, for them, they depend on knuckleballs, but when they talk to you, they know what kind of pitcher you are because they're watching you. And that's one thing that I always did. I would go to veterans guy because I wanted to learn, and I will ask questions. I said, what you do in this situation? If this guy is a fastball hitter, and you ask this to a lot of the young guys, hey, this guy's a fastball hitter, will you throw a fastball and they right away go, no. And you go, why not? Who's a fastball hitter? But he's a fastball hitter, maybe middle in, but not away.
Yeah.
So that's not mean they can hit the fastball everywhere. And that's the thing that you have to teach also kids and learn when you get to that level, that in a fastball situation, you have to know where you want to throw that fastball.
Got to locate it.
Have a good command.
Yeah, have a good command and locate the ball. That's what so many of them have a hard time doing.
Yeah, it's like the thing is right now, and in my era was that guy can pitch. Nowadays, this guy throw hard. So you got a lot of throwers. You don't get pitchers.
Yeah. There's an art to it. There's a craft.
Yes.
Back in your time, you were here in the late 80s and early 90s. Is that?
Yes, 85 to 92.
Okay. Back then, the Rangers weren't real good all the time, but they were always entertaining. It was always a entertaining era for Ranger baseball, even if it wasn't a real good one. That was during the Nolan Ryan years too. When you were here, what was it like being around him?
Oh, it was unbelievable. I mean, talking about earlier, learning from veteran guys, what you learned from Nolan was he worked at it. I mean, this guy worked out all the time, and I'm not talking about big weights. Talking about repetition, the running, the throwing, work your legs. You pitching a game, you finish a game, and you go and you get on the stationary bike, things like that. You never saw him lazy, and got a guy there that he was there early doing his work, and that's when you watch and you go like, you know what? That's what it takes for a guy to be so many years in the major league and taking the game so serious.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people say, man, why he was so serious? But when he wasn't pitching, was in the clubhouse, he liked to joke around.
Yeah.
But in the game, I mean, that's another thing. That's your business. That's your rice and beans, we say for the Puerto Ricans. And you have to go there and I just to pitch against some of the guys that they were my friend, and even Benito Santiago, that we grew up together. And when we were there, I wouldn't talk to him. I said, I want to get you out.
When you were in Puerto Rico as a boy, when did you start to get the idea that maybe you were good enough at baseball to come to America and play in the major leagues?
Well, I was the youngest out of 8 in my family. Six brothers, six brothers, and 1 sister.
Wow!
And everybody was 2 years apart, and I was 7 years apart. So I was the oop. But I grew up just getting a paper cup balls and a little stick and played. And then when I started throwing, 10, 11-year-old, the brother was born before me. He was a catcher. And he used to catch me, and he used to say, man, he got pretty good arm. And then through the year, playing in little leagues, throwing no-hitters in little league, and be the people say, man, he got good arm. So I would watch the game, but I always used to say, I want to make it to the major leagues. Since I was learning the game, and I was telling my dad, Dad, I'm going to make it to the major league. He go, yes, you will. He said, don't let anybody tell you no, just go get it.
He was supportive.
Yeah, very supportive, yeah. He, I tell you what, my dad never had a car. He just to ride his bike.
Oh, really?
So he would take me to the games in his bike. And then when I got to the major leagues and all that, and I said, I'm going to get your car, he go, I got my car. I don't need a car. But he was very supportive, and and playing little league, and the thing was playing little league and then a little bit higher. Now, when you dominate, then you start believing yourself. Go, oh yeah, you know what? I'm not saying it was easy, but you can dominate. And then I start playing when I was 15, 16. I was playing amateur league in Puerto Rico, and those guys were 25, 30, almost 40-year-old, and I was playing with those guys when I was 15, 16.
Is that when scouts from the major leagues started showing up to watch you?
Well, the story with me was I used to play a lot of basketball too.
Oh, really?
Yes, and I had a guy named Orlando Gomez, and I went to a tryout in Puerto Rico for a lot of the players, and I went to a tryout. Then they went to a game in another town in San Juan where I was going to pitch, and they went to see a guy named Tito Stewart. He was a left-handed pitcher, and everybody was talking about him. And the scout, Orlando Gomez, went to see him, and my coach came in and said, I know you came in to see that guy, but wait till you see that skinny guy from the little hometown that only eat fish. And after the game, I beat the guy 1-0 in strikeout 17, and 2 days later, they came in and signed me.
Wow.
Yeah.
After just watch you throw one game, huh?
One game against that guy. They went to see the guy, and they didn't sign the guy. They came in and signed me. And I was 17-year-old.
And the Rangers were the ones that signed.
The Rangers were the one that signed me, yeah.
Wow.
The gentleman named Orlando Gomez. As a matter of fact, he was coaching for the Rangers too, and I was with the Rangers.
Yeah, that is a name I know.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, he also signed Ruben Sierra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what was, on the mainland, going through the minor league scene, what was that like for you? Was that a big...
It was very tough. Very tough.
Big culture shock?
Oh, very. Yeah, not knowing the language. and then we didn't get paid much. I still remember we used to pay $263 every 2 weeks, and you had to pay for your own food and everything. Sometimes, before your paycheck, we just had to eat some cereal, no milk, just the cereal, and when it got in your throat, just get a sip of water.
Yep.
So it was very tough, but those things really help you. How I gotta get up from here. I gotta keep going.
They drive you.
I didn't want to write letters to because my mom, my dad didn't have a phone, so I didn't want to writing a letter. Oh, I'm struggling here, because I didn't want them to worry. I would say, hey, I'm doing great. Everything's great. Don't worry about it. Because I know if I were to say something, be the youngest, they were going to be, well, what are we going to do? And I was very homesick too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, very homesick. But, you just change that for what I wanted to do. And from being that little and say I want to be a major league, that was the thing that was going to make me stronger.
If they'd have known that, they'd have probably tried to get you to come home.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They probably said, well, just come home. But I tell you, one time I had a land dry right on my shin. And in those days, the trainer would just put a little band or whatever. And I feel like nobody really put any attention to me. And that was the only time that I was able, a friend of mine had a friend in Puerto Rico. And I was able to call, and I said, well, I got hit and nobody did anything to my leg. And, I just wanted probably, I think I better come home. And my dad said, you're not coming here. We took one time. I said, you're not coming home. He said, you deal with that.
Got to stick it out.
Yeah, you deal with that. I said, you don't have to ask anybody. Just deal with that. You're a grown man.
That first year, did you feel like you were getting somewhere and making your way up through the system and guys were noticing you and stuff?
Well, the first year I was struggling a little bit. And I think that was because, like I said, being homesick and, you go in the game and you finish the game. And pretty much every day you're thinking, I would like to be home and, missing home. But one thing that really helped me a lot was being able to, after playing here, go to Puerto Rico and play winter ball. Because those year in winter ball, at least 8 guys were major leaguers, regular major leaguers. Yeah, you used to be with Jose Cruz, Joe Cruz, Lescano, Jerry Morales. Those guys were major leaguers, and those guys that growing up I used to listen on the game and like Ed Figueroa, he was my favorite pitcher. So those guys like that, and being 18 years old and playing with those guys, and then come back here. So after my first year, then I come back here, and then my mentality was a lot more than just be this rookie guy, because I was learning from those guys. And one thing that I had was always just to ask those guys. I was asked, and I say, the only thing they say, I don't want to tell you anything, but it wasn't like that. They know, this young guy, he wanted to learn, so, and they were telling me, just watch the game. And a lot of pitch like Ed Figueroa, one thing that I noticed was everybody pitched different. So I learned how to ask the hitters about pitching. And that's how I learned a lot.
Yeah.
The situation of the game, why that guy like to hit to right field, what that guy do when it's 0-2, what that guy when you ahead, what you looking for, things like that. And I just sit down there, and when all those guys were talking, I just sit down there and listen.
Trying to get in the hitters' heads.
Yes.
See what's going on in there.
Exactly, yeah.
Was there one guy along the way that was particularly instrumental in your development? Maybe a guy who you got down a little bit, you could talk to him and he'd pick you up?
I tell you what, when I tell you his name, you're going to know. Tom Grief.
Of course.
Tom Grief.
Why am I not surprised by this?
Because, and I tell you this, not too many people know about this. Tom Grief, when I first came in from Puerto Rico, he picked me up at the airport, take me to Italian place. I never been in Italian place. I grew up real small town in Puerto Rico, right by south of the island.
And Tom was GM then, right?
He was running the minor leagues.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, then. So he took me that. Then the very next day, when we went to first day in spin training, he came in by the locker room and he gave me a glove. And then every in rookie ball, every Sunday we had a day off.
Yeah.
So he used to let me drive his station wagon to take everybody to do some grocery on Sundays, without knowing me. And I was like, wow, he didn't even know if I had a license or not. So,
See, these are stories that have never been told before.
Yeah,
I'm not surprised, knowing Tom.
well, and then he was my manager in rookie ball also when I was in rookie ball. So I was, he was like that to me because I didn't have somebody doing that for me. I mean, in Puerto Rico, my dad take care of me of that, but now in a place where I don't speak the language, now this guy, he let me use his station wagon, and then he gave me a glove, and then he's my coach, and he always would talk to me, try to teach me. So that's why I say he was the one that, and then he was my GM too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's the Spanish? I've never heard him speak Spanish. Did he?
A little bit. A little bit, not much. Yeah. But it was funny because when they did, I don't know if you remember, when they did a couple years back, his bobblehead.
Yeah.
I went to him, I said, hey, sign this for me. So he signed it and he go, thank you for not crashing my car. Yeah. And we always talk about that. It's great memories that never go away. So I have to really appreciate a lot the things that he did for me.
Well, like I say, I didn't know that about him. I didn't know that he was that instrumental in the development of yours, or probably some of the other guys as well.
Yes.
But I'm not surprised by that because he's a great guy.
It is a great guy. Yeah.
He's a great guy and always has been. So you start making your way up the food chain of the minor leagues. Mm-hmm. And how long had you been at it before you started to think, okay, I'm starting to get this?
Yeah.
I'm starting to get somewhere. Was it when you started to make your way up through the various levels?
Yes, after my when I was in AA, because I stayed in rookie ball 2 years.
Yeah.
Then I went to A ball and I had a great year in A ball. Then when I went to AA, that's when the competition started to get a little bit more harder. Because now you play in the minor league, but now you get this big draft college guy that go to AA, and the baseball start, get a little bit more harder. But like I said earlier, I was playing winter ball with guys that were over that, and that's when I started going like, you know what, this is fun. I think if I keep going and stay healthy, I think I can make it. Because I was getting major league guys out in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
I was pitching in Puerto Rico. Then when I went to AAA, that's when really kick. I go, yes, because I played in Puerto Rico and I was like 7-1 in winter ball, and I came into AAA, and that's when it's not like right now. This is the top prospects and all that, but I know you can hear talking. Then I think he's ready, and then. I was pitching in Omaha when I was in AAA. And I know Tom Griff came in with Bobby Valentine when he was replacing Rhyner.
Yeah.
Rhyner. Mm-hmm. And that's when I go like, yes. So then I pitch, and next thing I know, they say, hey, you come to the major leagues.
What'd you think when you heard that?
Oh, that was unbelievable. It was...
everything that you've been trying to get to.
Yeah.
So, what was your major league debut like?
Oh, that was in Oakland, September 6, 1985. And I remember it was the first game, just walking there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So sometimes, like you ask what you think, and you just don't, you can explain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because being playing Little League and thinking, I used to throw against the wall, and I would say, oh, I'm facing Reggie Jackson. And I was like 10 to 12 years old, and I pitching against Reggie Jackson, and I pitching against Rockaroo, and I would throw against the wall. So I go to pitch my first game against Oakland, and then when I go my second game against Anaheim Angels, the first hit is Rockaroo. And then the next inning, Reggie Jackson. So I was like,
there
wow.
it is.
Yeah.
Come to life.
Yeah. But it's just, it's something when you play in Little League and you sleep with your uniforms.
Yeah. That's kind of the way it was, huh?
Yes.
Well, I'll tell you, we had our eye on you. Those of us who kept tabs on the Rangers minor league scene then, and there weren't a whole lot of us, but Me and, I don't know, 2 or 3 other guys used to talk about it, and we were watching you. And we were very aware that, okay, here comes this guy that they say is going to be pretty good, making his major league debut. So we were on you, man.
But thank you.
We were on you.
Thank you. It was very special. It's very special.
Yeah. I mean, you only get to do it once, so you got to make it count.
Yeah, I mean, you work hard for it. You go through a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, it's so many things go through your mind, and you know, being very young, sometimes this little doubt come to your mind sometimes, and that's the thing that you have to just put in the side right away, because you see a lot of guys with a great talent, and then they never make it.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's what, half of 1% to make it.
So how many managers did you play for with the Rangers?
I played for Bobby for a lot of years, you know, and then when Toby Harrow replaced him, and then that was the only 2 I had with the Rangers.
Just those 2, huh?
Yeah,
Wow.
Toby and Bobby.
Did you like Bobby?
I like him, yeah, and the reason, you know, a lot of people say, well, he was very tough and all this, but when you got a guy that give you the chance to be in the rotation, and then in '86 when I was struggling, he go, don't worry about it. You're gonna pitch every 5 days, and give you that confidence.
Yeah.
You know, you have to appreciate that, no matter, you know, what they said or if he's hard on you or whatever, and he's supposed to be hard on your players, and give you the chance to be in that rotation, and when you're struggling, they still believe in you. I did like him.
It's hard for us to understand just what that means to a guy. What that means to a guy like a young guy like you coming up through there, when the manager tells you, hey, no matter what happens out there today, you're going to be out there 5 days from now. We're going to keep you in the rotation. You're going to get a good shot. And if you have a bad outing here, a bad outing there, things don't go right, don't worry about it. Just work on it, figure out what you did wrong, and you're going to go back out there. It's hard for us to grasp what that means to a guy. Yeah,
well, it kind of lifts you and make you think about it. Well, okay, so what I need to, you know, to do better, because I'm struggling. Well, how I can get out from struggling, instead of thinking, oh, here you go again, I'm struggling. Or you walk in the field and you walk a guy or get a base set and you go, oh, what am I going to do now? So when you got a guy that believe in yourself, it make you, I got to find a way.
Yeah.
I got to make a way to, you know, do better, so he can see that's helping me and I'm going to help the team.
Yeah. I guess in any room, some guys are going to like the manager and some guys are not going to like him. Bobby was kind of a polarizing figure for a lot of us in the media. There were guys who liked him. There were guys who didn't like him so much. He was always really cool to me, and I was one of the ones that liked him. But I guess that's just the road guys who are going to be managers go down. Some guys are going to like you. Some guys aren't.
Yeah, and that's the way it is. And not only media, but also some players.
Yeah.
You have some players that don't like it. And when you're there, and I'm not going to mention name, but some guys that didn't like him, you know. And but that's like Washington say, that's the way baseball go. You know, and even in life, I mean, you stay in front of somebody that don't know you a little bit, and you can have a bunch of people. Not everybody's going to like you, but you know, you just have to go by what you do. For me, was, you know, like it or not like it, he's my manager. He's giving me the chance to be here. So even if he's mean or I don't like it, you know, when I'm going to go there, I'm going to pitch to win.
You know, it's such a mental process for a young guy coming up to the major leagues. He gets out there, and even if things go okay for him, I've known guys who still had that doubt in their mind that, do I really belong here? You know, when did you get rid of that? I mean, it's, at some point there must have been that turning point for you.
You know what? To me, it happened right away in '85.
Oh, really?
When they called me in '85, because I remember I went and pitched in Oakland, and I pitched 5 innings, gave up 5 runs. Then I went to Anaheim, I pitched another 5 innings, and I gave up 6 runs. And then we came back home. And when we came back home, I was going to pitch against Minnesota, and I just got in one corner and go, you know what? I got here pitching great, and the thing was I was trying to change. Now I'm in the major league. I have to change, and that's what we talked earlier about. I need to be maybe a little bit fun because I'm thinking in my mind, these are major league hitters.
Yeah.
And those guys were minor league, so I have to make a good pitch to get them out, and I was trying to be too perfect. So after those two games, I go, you know what? I got here the way I was pitching there, so I can get guys out here too. And I remember pitching the first game against Minnesota and win the game 3-1. And then after that, I said, okay, I get it. This is what I need to do. Just need to pitch.
Yeah.
Get my game and believe in myself that I can get those guys out, and believe also that I don't have to be perfect to get those guys out.
Another thing that's a part of the game is, and these days it's seeming more and more a part of baseball and every other sport as well, is injuries. And you had to deal with some of that in your career too.
So that
now I don't remember exactly what the nature of it was, but I was looking over your career stats and stuff, and you missed about 2 whole years, didn't you?
I did. And I got hurt in late '88, and mine was more of pitching too much. Because what happened was I was pitching here. Tell you sample. I was pitching here. I was finishing September here, late September, and then I would start playing winter ball in late October, and pitch all the way to February. Take a couple of weeks and go to spin training. So when I was going to spin training, I was ready to go 9. When everybody was throwing 20, 40 pitches.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the reasons my rotator cuff, that's how I got hurt. And I got hurt in late '88. So I got surgery in '89. So I was out 89, 90, and half of '91. And I remember '91 coming back, and they told me, you have to win the spot now. You have to win that, be in the rotation.
Yeah.
They say, you didn't pitch in 2 years, so now you have to come back and earn it.
Yeah, nothing's guaranteed.
Yeah, and I remember, after surgery, you throw so much and your arms don't have the strain there yet. So I remember my velocity was down, but even that was down, I was learning how to pitch. And I was getting people out, but 2 days before spin training, Bobby Valentine said, I don't think you can help the team. So they released me in '91. And I remember going like, okay, what am I going to do now? And Orlando Gomez was one of the coach, and he came in to me and said, hey, Tom Griff say, don't go anywhere. Just go to minor leagues. He said, just rest a little bit, couple weeks, come back. Your arm is going to get stronger. And that's what I did. I rest 2-3 weeks and came back. My velocity came back, not like before, but I learned how to pitch also.
Yeah.
And I remember in May, Nolan Ryan got hurt, and they called me back. And then that year, the same year, I was like 13-7, and I was comeback player of the year and the Rangers pitcher of the year.
That's another story you hear a lot too. When a guy gets hurt, he comes back, and I've heard a lot of them I've been told by a lot of them that while I was out, I learned how to pitch. I came back better. And I couldn't throw as hard as I once did, but I learned how to make up for it. That's a pretty common story, too.
Yeah, well, and also I learned during that transaction, I learned to throw a very different changeup. We call him palm ball. And when I came back, I remember I was pitching one game. I go, well, if I'm going to throw this new changeup, I have to throw to good hitters. So I throw that first changeup to George Brett. And I remember hitting a little ground ball to second base and go behind the pitch and go, I'm not going to say what he said. He go, what the pling was that? And I go, well, if he say that means it's a good pitch. And then again, he make me believe in that pitch. And I got so much confidence with that changeup that when I had a guy in 2 strike, I was so confident, I said, I can get this guy out.
I remember that. I mean, now that you mention it, I do remember people talking about how you were a different pitcher when you came back from the surgery and everything, got back in the swing of things, and that's what they used to say, that you know how to change up that you didn't really have before.
Well, and it teach you how to, and then again, when you talk to the hitters, the hitters just to go, I don't like when a guy change too much speed. because
Yeah.
I keep him off balance. So I learned how to, even if I had to throw you a fastball, I know how to take something off of my fastball, put something on it, change speed, eye location, up, down, by just listening to them. And that really made me a lot better pitcher. If I tell you what, if I was pitching like that from the beginning, it would have been a different story.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of guys talk about, their comeback trail from injuries and how they didn't think they were going to be better. They couldn't really buy into the idea that they might be better, but they came back with something that they didn't have, and they just kind of played off of it by, doing the things you were talking about, changing speeds, get better location. Mm-hmm. Maybe the ball moves a little bit differently than it did before. It may not be coming up there quite as hard as it once did.
Yeah.
But they say the art of pitching involves all that other stuff just as much, if not more, than getting out there and throwing hard.
Yeah, and we see it a little bit this year with the groom.
Yeah.
He's not over 100 miles an hour, but now he's used his slider. He takes something off his slider. Then he throws his fastball, and we see the different guy now.
What do you think of him?
If I tell you what, if he don't get hurt, he's because he's a guy that have pretty good control. And even though he don't throw the hundreds now, the 100 miles an hour, he can stay located fast, but he still got pretty good speed.
Yeah.
But now he changed his speed on his slider. Before it was a hard slider, hard fastball. Now it's a hard slider, slow slider, good sinker, changeup.
Yeah.
So it's a different guy still with a good fastball. And that is a guy that, he's going to be good.
And the thing about him, and, I'm talking about when he was with the Mets and was really going good there, I don't think I've ever seen anybody locate a ball quite the way that he can. Yeah. I mean, you talk about a guy with absolute pinpoint control. He's got that.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. When you got a guy that throw that hard with that great control, even if you lose couple miles, now you still got that control. It's not like I throw 100 and I can throw right down the middle, because he always had a good location. So, I don't throw 100, but I can still locate my fastball. So he not learning that. He already do that.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't really see that much of him when he was in the National League, but since he's been over here, it's when he's been right and able to get out there, and when he's not been hurt or been able to get out there and roll the way he can, man. It's just amazing to watch.
Yeah, he don't work like that many people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what do you think about Tyler Mahle? He's been the big surprise of the thing so
big
far.
Surprise, yeah. And here you got a guy that he throw 92, 90, 93 maybe, but that's what I'm talking about, the location and go high, go low. Every time he throw that fastball, he keep his ball down with a good change and good slider, and when he throw that fastball, it's only 92, but it's high. He changed the eye level on the hitter. And most of the time you see those guys swinging through it or pop up the ball, because their eyes, they're focused on his changeup and his slider. Now he come with a high fastball and they see that ball real big, but next thing you know, they're right by him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's another guy that know how to pitch, and he just came in from a surgery. But now he, like we were talking about, he now know how to change the speed and take something off. And that's one thing that's a lot different than a lot of pitchers that just want to throw hard. I want to throw harder.
I got to tell you, he's won me over. I mean, when they made that trade to get him in here, I was not exactly overwhelmed by it. Mm-hmm. But they start talking about, okay, he's going to be in the rotation at the start of the year. And I'm like, really? Really? That guy's going to be in the rotation at the start of the year? Okay. And now, I mean, it's kind of DeGrom-ish watching him out there.
Yeah, well, and one thing that I like him a lot about him is he's composed in the mound. You know, no matter what happened, he's always the same. You don't see the guy throwing a ball, get upset. If he strike out a guy, give up base hit, whatever, you see the same guy all the time. No emotions. And that's when you know that's what I always said. A good pitcher should have that.
Yeah.
A good motion. Don't show the hitter that you upset, because they take advantage of that. You're supposed to be the same way all the time.
You were like that.
Yeah. I never let nothing bother me.
As I remember, anyway.
Yeah. I mean, I would go out in in the dugout, I would try to buy my glove, but not on the mound.
Did you ever have a tough inning to where you would go down in the tunnel and start yelling at guys, and you're yelling at nobody in games?
You know, I never did that. I never did that. I was, I always was trying to control myself and thought about, well, if I don't do it when I'm doing it good, why I want to do it when I do it bad? Instead of getting upset about it, I would think about how I can calm myself and get back in my way, And same thing with the guys. If they make an error, I always come on and pat them on the back and go, hey, it's okay, because I know that guy can make me a good play too and get me out of the inning.
I would have been surprised if you would have answered any other way, because that was exactly what my idea of you was while you were here. You were just that kind of guy that didn't let stuff like that upset you too much.
Yeah, no. And I always take care of my guys up, and the game changed so much, but all time when somebody will hit one of my guys, even if I had to go there and say, who you want me to hit, I would ask him, because they're my teammate and we're family, and he's my teammate, and I want that guy be playing. So, and it's, you throw one of mine, I throw one of yours.
Sometimes that can lead to fracas.
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
Were you ever involved in any of those?
You know what? Nobody never charged them out. But if they were to do it, it's part of the game, and you need to have a respect too.
Yeah.
You want when the guy come to the home plate, you wanted him to go, hey, if I have to hit you, I will. And I always say, I own half of the play, but I'm not going to tell you which half.
And if somebody hits one of your guys, well, I mean, there's no doubt what you got to do.
Yeah,
you don't do that, then you lose the room.
You lose it, and you let the respect for that guy.
Yeah.
And now it's a play that he go, I can run to that wall for you, but you don't defend me. I'm gonna wait for the ball to hit the wall and get it. But then they respect you, and I remember one time I was pitching against Winfield, and he was a guy that was trying to intimidate you. He would go in the home plate, move there, and he keep looking at you, and I was a rookie, and I remember Toby Harris said, "What you gonna do?" I go like, "Should throw inside and get it, because this is huge." And I go, "Yeah, just knock him down." And he go back to second, and I throw the first pitch to Winfield right by the neck, and he get on the floor. He look at me, and I'm there like, I hope you don't charge the mound. I remember after the game, Toby Harris said, "Well, that was good." I go, "Yeah," and he go, "If that guy charged the mound, I say, I'm not getting there in front of him."
So after your time with the Rangers, after you came back from the injury and everything, you had a couple of years with the Cubs after you left here. What was that like?
It was very different, being with one organization all your life and go to new team, go to the National League.
Yeah.
It was very different. The only guy I remember that I know there was, Boucher was there, and Sammy Sosa was there. But was very different. It's kind of changed everything, because now you get to hit, and you have to concentrate more on the game. And sometimes you go, I don't care about hitting, but you do, even if you're a pitcher. Because sometimes, like we were talking earlier, you don't have the DH, and the 8 hitters hitting with 2 outs, and they're going to walk and they want to pitch to you, and you say, I want to get a hit and win my own game. So, I mean, it changed everything. The atmosphere was different. It was a lot different than the Rangers. The organization, it was totally different. The Rangers was always a great organization.
Different in what way?
Well, it was more the owners was the big newspaper for Chicago.
The Tribune.
The Tribune was the owners. And it was more about business. The difference with the Rangers was more with the family. There was like, I remember some trip we were making, they want to stop and not take the family all the way. They want to drop them all because they were going to a different place. So I didn't see them doing a lot of things with the family. And when you're playing for that long, 6-7 months, you like the team to include the family in some trip and have a great time. And I didn't think the organization was like that. Even in the team, I didn't see the organization be close with the players. It was more business. See what I can get. It's Chicago. We're gonna have fun on the benches and on the stands.
Did you ever get into any fights with the Rangers or with the Cubs? Any bench clearing episodes?
No, never did. Was only, I don't know if I should say this or not, but there was only one guy in Schiffer that was the only guy we really didn't get along.
With who?
Tom Schiffer.
Oh, Tom Schiffer?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. He's the reason that I left the Rangers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, because I remember, I just came back from my surgery.
Yeah.
So I wanted 4 years because everybody, they want to give me 3 years. I was free agent, and I had it Oakland, I had Atlanta, Cleveland, Philadelphia Yankees, and Chicago. They were offering me 4 years, but I want to stay here. And I remember my agent telling him, and I even talked to him. I said, "Hey, I want to be a Ranger. Just give me 4 years," because I was thinking, I got almost 7 years. So if I get 4 years, I have 10 years. I have my full pension. So I was thinking more about my family, and he didn't want to give me 4 years. So I remember having my contract with Chicago, 4 years, and they said, "Well, we're gonna give you two more days, and then we're gonna take you out of the table." Because they cannot sit there and wait. Then we go, "Okay, I'm leaving." And I remember my agent calling him and said, "Hey, Jose's going to sign. Just give it 4 years." He said, "I don't care how much it is. Just give him 4 years." And I remember him telling them, "Well, George Bush is hunting with Rose. I cannot get a hold of him." And I go like, "He can get a hold of them." So pretty much safe, we're not going to sign it. So it was tough for me leaving the Rangers. Very tough.
Yeah, after you've been in a place as long as then come up through the minor league system and everything like
Yes,
that.
yeah. But he wasn't there when I came in. And I understand his business too, but I gave everything to them, and by then give that response when I told him just 4 years. Whatever you give me in 3 years, just say 4, and not go through that. So that left a little bit bitter taste with me. Only one person on the organization and players.
So when it came time for you to move on into the next phase, the radio phase, whose idea was that? Was that yours, or did they come to you and say,
No, that was John Blake.
Oh, really?
John Blake was the one that gave me that chance, and he just said for that September, and then because like I said to you, Lopez, he was the maps guy. They would do the games, and they were in the playoff, and that was how I got the chance.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, "Oh, we need another guy." It was like, okay, that guy have to do the maps game because they're in the playoff. I need another guy to do color. Now he just came and said, "Hey, you mind just 20 games?" I go, "Sure." And then the next year he go, "Hey, do you mind doing another 30 games?" I go, "Yeah." And then from 30 keep going to 60 to now I do 110.
Yeah. From 60 to being the guy.
Yeah.
By the way, John Blake has sat in that very chair before. He's done this. He's done the podcast.
He's a
thing with
great
me.
guy. I've had a lot of respect for John Blake.
Yeah, I do too. He's, being in the media, you're kind of on the other side of the fence from him, but still.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a great guy. Is still around at all up there?
He come around once in a while, yeah. And I see a guy that, he's tough to the media, but because he's defending his players.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
And that's the way it should be.
Yeah, I mean, I always understood.
Yeah. But he was the one that gave me the chance, and I really appreciate it because he gave me something that now I got something to do and something that I like to do.
Something you like. That's important that you like to do it.
Yeah.
It's definitely not the kind of thing you should be doing if you don't like it.
Oh yeah, but I love it. I mean, and I like it when it's close game, like in the World Series. And I get my hands sweating, and there I can sit down and just looking and see what next pitch you should throw this. But and that's one thing that I learned. Being a former player, I won't put down no guy. I don't care how bad they play because I'm there and I know how tough it is. Even a easy ground ball that everybody look at and go, oh, that was easy, but I can't believe he missed that. When you're there, it's a lot different because I feel like they're on the radio, and when people watch the game on TV or watch on the radio or live, they can watch and they can judge after the play happened. But when it happened, is and you have to anticipate and make the play. And when you see it, and then 2 minutes or 5 minutes later, go, well, you could do this. Well, yes, you can, but if you're there, it's different.
What did you think in 2023 when the Rangers finally won the World Series?
Oh, that was. I feel like I was. I mean, I was part of the organization, but I feel like I was there when I used to pitch. I mean, I had that feeling. It was unbelievable watching that, and being something that been accomplished finally since 1972 when they came here. It was something that fans were looking for so many years, and then see the parade. I never seen anything like that in my life.
I freely admit to anybody who asks, that is the greatest night of my sports life, and it will never be topped.
Yes.
I mean, I've already peaked.
Yes.
I don't know how much time I have left on the planet, but I've already peaked. It's as good as it's going to get from me, and I will not ask for anything more.
Yeah, and they can win it this year, but it's different getting that first one.
Yeah.
It's very different.
Well, that first one.
That feeling is just unbelievable. It's like I was talking earlier. Sometimes you can say, oh, I feel like this and that, but it's a feeling that sometimes you can explain. It's just you feel it inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you like you say, you can't explain what that's like to somebody. They just got to find it for themselves. They just got to experience it and go through it for themselves.
Yeah, and you fight it from all the way from the spin training,
Yep. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, Jose, it has been great talking to you, man. Really appreciate you coming in here doing this. I wish you well, my friend.
Well, thank you, and I really appreciate it, and I'm honored to be here with you.
Well, we're honored to have you. You were an excellent Ranger player. You're an excellent broadcaster, an excellent guy. It's been great having you in.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me here. I really, really enjoyed it.
All right. Thanks to Ashley, Becca, Nikki, Shoopy, all the rest that make this thing happen. Check out our Patreon page for all the bonus content you could possibly ever want. All right. We'll see you next time. Bye.
All right. I'm gonna go take my pants off.
Your Dark Companion is a Stolen Water Media presentation.